Raging Gale by James Ryan. Read by the author. Part the 30th. Running before the Casa. Hope watched as the Casa came closer, her mainmast taller than that of the Gale's, her lateen sail on the aft mast twice the size of the one trying to save her from the Spaniards. Sure that her fate was sealed, and that she would be hung as a pirate, or worse. Hope cast her eyes skyward, in silent appeal for salvation. As she looked up, she saw the gas sail swing with the wind, as the square rigging filled with a new, stronger breeze. Hope wasn't sure if the ship actually lurched forward with the wind change, or if she was just reacting to the change in the wind with her imagination. "Trim her well with that wind!" cried Captain Sanders as she pointed to the gas boom. "We be making the most of this or be dead by nightfall!" Her crew moved the boom to catch the wind, and when the sail filled, like a man taking a desperate breath, they held on to her like it was driftwood taken to keep afloat. On the foremast and mainmast, the men trimmed the yards to fill the square rigging even further. Hope could feel the raging gale going much faster now. She felt the rush of air on her cheeks, even though she faced the bow with the wind at her back. When she looked back, the Casa was no longer looming in size. Every second she looked, her life felt more precious, for the simple reason that she still had it, as her pursuers faded further behind. "Hold her as long as you can!" shouted Captain Sanders to the men working the rigging. "No man rests until the Casa is lost over the horizon." The wind filled the sails of the raging gale, and drove her faster well before the Casa del Sol. The galleon was turning to starboard, and made it into the wind as well, but by the time she caught those same breezes, she was so far back of her quarry that the sunburst on her sails was more like a blotch pattern than a sharp shape. "Hold to your posts!" Osai barked, as he too noticed the Casa slipping below the horizon. "No man's safe until we have lost that ship!" Hope wondered if the grit and determination on his face seemed to hide greater fear than that which was showing on the faces of the others. She watched him keep a strong expression on his face and place hard admonitions on the crew. Below her, Hope heard a hard "clong" sound against the decks. Some of the crew looked up with terror, but Osai only got angrier. "Lean into it more, Gore! Garland, hold her taut!" he said to the crew, trimming the boom. "Get that loose booty stowed, Campbell," he said, while pointing to where the sound below the decks came from. "Collins, secure your guns, and note this one well in case we need fire it," he shouted, when he noticed one of the 4-pounders on deck lurching in its mounting. But between ordering the ship's crew to give their all, Hope would see him every so often, looking back over the horizon at where the Casa had been, and in those times the stern visage would briefly give way to worry. Thank you for taking this moment with me. If you want to keep up with new chapters as they get posted, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications for when pieces go up.